Okay, today we're doing the student quarters, so we're going up this road. That's West Street, Warwick Avenue, Welcome bus, Warwick, and then we're going up today. King Dinuzulu Park, Louis Potter. Okay, it's basically student quarters. So the aim of even Davenport, the areas where most of DUT students stay apart from the CBD. Alright. Durban Christian Center, and then we're going up what used to be called Berea Road, now called King Dinuzulu Road. Okay, on this side there's honor for a Zulu king, and then but the first road when you enter South Africa is called Mahatma Gandhi. Remember, naming places is a declaration, and as you can see, Indians prosper better than Zulus. It's no coincidence. It's declarations made by the naming of streets names. If it didn't matter, why did white people be prosperous when places were named after them? So yonkinto idala ngomlomo. So when they are bringing these Joe Slovos of theirs, people get poor because communism is the producer of poverty. So you can see how Zulus have become poor since the renaming of streets to Joe Slovo. That's King Dinuzulu Park. King Dinuzulu was an activist who actually fought with white people against poll tax and everything. So he's a hero. Alright. So it's an alternative route. It is exactly Mbilo Road. Alright. That place remains very decent, very neat, despite all the years of hardship in terms of city center properties. And that's the Bryanston Heights there, and then we're going up. When you look at pictures of old, yes, this corner where you're seeing the fence, they had neat plants dividing the street. That's how it was. So that's you coming from Mbilo, that direction. I stayed there. Mbilo is basically like an hour's walk. And then it was a student, okay, it was renovated for students, and it has saved this corner. As you can see, that is a building, and that one still remains very intact and neat. And then I'm calling this place Warwick Triangle. This area, that's what I'm calling it, Warwick Triangle all the way. So there's a lot of students who are staying that side as well. So Mbilo Road, crossing over to Warwick Triangle, and then DUT is further up the road. Alright. So that's King Dinuzulu, and then Naya fire station there. A lot of vagrants now stay there, and then Umlazi rank is on the other side, etc. And then you're going to Warwick, to Berea Road station. Berea Road, up Berea Road. Yonke iDurban ehambayo abanumzana abahleli emigaqweni emakhoneni abantu bakufika. So wena wesifiki uhlalelwe yivi abantu bakufika ezabanumzane emakhoneni emigaqo. Alright, I'm going to show you Siringa Road, where I used to basically stay. Alright, remember, I've got all these Nigerian businesses, Pakistani phone snatching, basically like in Johannesburg. When a person snatches your phone, it goes right to these Pakistani or Nigerian shops immediately. So the purpose which is basically how also they boosted their capital into basically being owners of the cell phone repair businesses. And this is Siringa Road. This is Siringa Road. That's the street where I used to stay. I don't know what the chaos is. There's a business up. Okay, I'm not so sure what is business this side, but that's the flat I used to stay, the phone one there at the front in Siringa Road. So we stayed this side, and then there you go, student accommodation available. Berea Road. Some of the leading sellouts in South Africa are basically the former car smugglers. They still car smugglers, but basically they are in politics and they have assisted in the hijacking of properties, like they have been hijacking cars and everything. So from that they graduated to hijacking properties and working together with foreigners in doing that. This corner has always been neat. Okay, I would want to be going through these streets because we're going to this side, but the problem is I've never trusted those streets. Alright, so this building, to this day I want to know what it is. It's like some secret building. There is no signage, signposting and whatsoever. It's always neat and quiet. You never see anything happening inside. That's Bryanston Heights, the landmark of Bulwer or lower Glenwood. All right, they've repainted this one. What is this? And then this building has never ever fallen. In all the years of destruction that happened on Berea Road, I can see it's less destroyed as like it was before. It is far better now, I can see. Thanks, whoever is doing that, thank you. Now this is Great Fort Court. This building has always been neat. I as the building. Konke destruction it has never fallen. Alright, the wise people who have taken the idea that I had, these I knew. They built like 5 years ago. It's kind of like what I was telling Brett at some stage. There's many open spaces in this area of which I'm calling Warwick Triangle. You buy the space, you're going to build neat accommodation. As you can see, Aya Rock Gardens. Those are new. That's new what? New accommodation in the area. And then Bese Kuba, Berea Mall, Nancy Berea Mall. That's the Berea Mall. And then Cannon Gate. Yeah, I used to love this road. Off entry, because that's entry that you're seeing there. Then it will be Cannon Gate, King Dinuzulu, Berea Mall, the student quarters. Say Air Rock. Abola kama kona truck. Angaze ngene kule umgaqo. But mawungena ngale khona hotel elihle, very beautiful hotel that side. A lot of people they book there. I wouldn't have thought. I only got to know of it via Google. Alright, used to be a very neat road, this one, Cannon Gate. It hasn't fallen badly. I can see they've repainted this building nice. And of course this new addition here. Alright, and then you've got Shisanyama. And then Bang Block. This yellow building I tried to buy Kolo, and then they blocked me. You could see that they are reserving space for certain people. It's a couple of them also back Lapaya within Berea Mall, within by Albert Park. So this one, they basically blocked me when I was trying to actually buy it there. This one was renovated more than, like it was repainted like this before 2016. But this one, Eureka Court, they've never wanted to do anything here. Alright. But when you try and buy property there, they block you. So whom are they preserving it for? You're selling property. Your record code is the only thing that has never been renovated in this area. And then when I try and buy, you don't want to sell it to me. Now here's the mall. This is Berea Center. That's the Berea Center. There's a gym. There's all the shops that you need. ShopRite. And then obviously Boxer replaced Pick and Pay and the likes. And then that grey tall building there, that's another mall. That's Durban Court. That's where we're going. So we will walk the other side. I'm not walking these short streets because I'm not used to them. I've never been used to. I never ever got used to them, even when I was staying here in Durban at Natal Tech. So that's Bryanston Heights. That's Durban Port. There are two flats at right angles to each other. There. Yeah. Okay. Let's leave it there. Okay. So if you are a DUT student, that's all. You would be appearing from these areas. Here's other buildings that have always impressed me. These three, alongside this one, they've kept these buildings very, very, very neat. Throughout the ages, they have never fallen. So abafundi base DUT or mawuya emateksini ase Pine Town ngala, and then okay, leli sekuthiwa yini hlala nathi, etc. These ones have always remained as intact as Cannon Gate was. So yabo la ku Cannon Gate ukuthi i-Eureka Court yona yodwa engaka-renovatwa. All these ones have done their best to keep this space neat, and there's always been high security to protect especially abafundi base DUT, because that's DUT there. That dark brown building. All right. There's DUT there. That's the backside of DUT. All right. So the whole precinct iqala abafundi base DUT. Angithi ikola zikavula. Imazi zovulwa. So siyalapha ku intersection ukona go. Okay, let's go up. Still on King Dinuzulu Road, or formerly known as Berea Road. That's the DUT behind, and then we're gonna go. I'm avoiding getting close because then I'm gonna be fascinated by certain areas. There's entry. So when you are crossing from DUT, there where you're seeing signboards or road direction signs, that's where we cross from DUT to this side. Okay, that's where you cross the N3. This is the N3. Okay. Okay, le building le. That's where like Freemasonic directions of old direct you. There was underground spaces there. It used to be clubs of white people who were weird. We could see they are satanic. So the places have since been taken over by Nigerians, as you can see. All right, whenever you see those guys seated like that, it's Nigerians. That's still Berea Road going down, and then that's Berea Center. This cluster was taken by foreigners as per the agenda. And this is where they're selling drugs to DUT students. The system of distraction of black South Africans has been the white people who brought Nigerians here. They allowed them to be, or rather they made them to be, on spaces which are en route to the best multiracial schools or best tertiary institutions where the best black kids of South Africa pass to go to school. It is those best kids who brought drugs to the townships as sent by Nigerians working for white liberals, the DA, which brought them here, and they are ANC boys. So that's the space. That's DUT. Botanic Gardens in Nanya Musgrave Center. We're not going there. That's Musgrave Center. We're going to the left hand side, but we're gonna come back and walk down this road in order to go to Elentos. In order to go to what we call Davenport. So we'll go up to Tollgate up the road, and then we're gonna come back and walk here. All right. So you got to also understand why school dropouts of South Africa, like in Soweto and them, they love these Nigerians and defend them because they are destroying their black South African smart neighbors because they hate us even from school. Lababa Dom. So the dumb ones are the ones who are ruling the country, and they work together with foreigners in destroying their great black South Africans who love school. All right, so it's dummies destroying their own country, idiots, school dropouts, jealous, envious local blacks working with foreigners. Okay, there's still Berea Center. These quarters, thanks God, they haven't fallen the way I thought they would fall. They're still intact. So we're going up. I have always loved this building, and then it's still pretty neat. Thank you. By now, I had expected the destruction. The narrow roads, I would have expected these places to be pigsties. It seems they managed to push back on most Nigerians who were already filling up the spaces. Now Golongwane, Masulman, which now sound all over Durban, even at Point. Okay, my focus is supposed to be this side, which is Bulwer. It's Glenwood, but Bulwer. Alright. So I'm just showing which Gunani, Ngala, so that you understand. It's all students quarters. I think that was the second largest McDonald's in Durban after Leah eseqeleni kwe Road Lodge umungena lapha eCBD. Laugh, family butcher, etc. And okay, that's how it is. That's the McDonald's. They've salvaged this corner as well. It is neat again. Thank you. That grey building there, Musgrave used to decorate. Was it Nick van Veek's office in Plascon? Because the grey paint was originally supplied by Plascon, and it's a very beautiful building. It's just that when you're next to it, you don't see it very well, but it's a very beautiful building. It's expensive, of course. That's Musgrave. I'm just mentioning it just because we are passing next to it, but we are here. Serenity when you're entering Durban Street, you see, beautiful. It's called Park Lodge Gardens. Park Lodge Gardens. We're still on King Dinuzulu. That's how serene Durban would be with all the plants and everything. It is a very beautiful city. It just needs the municipality to be serious about fixing the inner city. All right. I've got bad memories there because that's where I failed my interview, because I basically got attacked by so one of the most celebrated Art Deco buildings, this one, King Dinuzulu. Is basically your road or street which is supposed to have a lot of business, but then the road is too busy, honestly. But especially there down by the Berea side. Zulus could do something better down there. All right, but we'll see. Okay, then you've got that mall down there. All right, it's for elderly people. Oh, well, it's not for elderly people, but your big spa is there, and then you also can see Loveland. Whereas whenever you've got, say, what, third grade white people, sorry to put it that way, you will always find pawn shop. So then you go down. Okay, this is called Berea Court. All right, and then it goes down to Berea Center, and then we can just as well say this is where Musgrave Road begins, because now there it is Musgrave Road. We will do Musgrave Road in the future. I know I'm forgetting the name of this mall. It's basically your super spa, not quick spa, super spa. It's the largest spa in the area. So elderly ladies, elderly white people love hanging out there. It's a very neat, decent place to hang out, of course. It's got English themes, obviously. So there's a lot of retirement apartments on the other side. That road at the robots, I don't remember it being a thoroughfare. My understanding has always been this road ends there, by that mall. Okay, maybe things have changed. Okay, still we're still coming down from there, and then now Musgrave Center. I know this road very well. Okay, labantu abasebenza kumakhebula la abazi ukuthi igama lomgaqo. Okay, so ngikhohle igama lomgaqo lo. So now the thing is, kusho ukuthi nabantu laba abanikeze umasipala iproject yokufaka ama-cable. Now this is a municipality project. If they don't know the name, oh, it's Manning Road. This is Manning Road. That's the original road, because le phambili kune Manning, is it the Anglican Church or Methodist? So if these ones who are installing cables for the municipality don't know this, the original name of Manning Road, they are foreigners. The municipality is giving black South African projects to foreigners. Thank you. Okay, that's Manning Road. This church was sold, so it's now a business. Nice architectural redesign, but okay, I don't know what the original name of the church was, but I do remember the sale thereof, and this is what it has become. Says First Fitness. All right, and that's basically the backside of Musgrave Center. That's the one which takes you to the Durban High School, and the park where they hold Saturday markets. Those guys working there are foreigners. There is a Zulu dog that has been given the project and is using foreigners instead of his fellow Zulus in the project. And then he possibly gonna go to church if he's a church person and say God has blessed him for being a dog. Inja. There's no God who is blessing these people. God's blessing does not make you feed foreigners and leave your own family starving. The word of God is very clear. Whoever does not feed his immediate relative is worse than an unbeliever. Worse than an unbeliever. An unbeliever is an unbeliever. If God is saying you're worse than an unbeliever, so ngaya ke phela esontweni ubungifundisi oshumayeze but uyinja. That's what you are. You're not God's pastor. There is no God's pastor who will feed foreigners and leave his Zulu brothers starving. Namanga. And I'm sorry for calling pastors izinja. It doesn't come from the element of swearing per se. It comes from the element of what a dog is, biblically. shiya abazalwane phakathi esontweni nawo bakhuthaza ukuthi banikele imali ubashiye belambile and as a wealthy ANC entrepreneur Christian qasha ama foreigner kodwa abantu bakini balambile bese uzoma epulpit obatshela ukuthi banikele wangabizi lawo ama foreigner ukuthi azonikela. Okay, we're still going up the road. I'm happy with ngiyakhona ukukhumbula ulentuza Manning Road. You see, these people who are working here, they stay in this Ketomena RDP slum area. You basically walk to town from there. It is the original place, later a lot of vagrancy. We all know right from the townships. If you've got informal settlements, you've got crime. All right. Okay, the aim with this tour of waiting Gilland, on the Ridge Road, but ngamkala kuphi le emuva ngase UKZN, or rather ngiya UKZN, but I want to show Tollgate and speak a bit about the history thereof. Seems they've renovated this space. It looks neat again. So there's something positive happening at this top area because the building seemed abandoned for a long time and now seems to be getting restored, which is positive news. Thank you. Pizza Pizza. Okay, I don't know why it's sending me a message which is because I haven't even done 20 or 30 minutes. Kombola, I've got space for 1 hour, 20 minutes at least. Okay, at this area, when you're going that route, we are going to Ketammen on the other side, and Brickfields and them, Mayville, and then La, you are going to On the Ridge, all those roads, basically. Now we're not going to Ketamena, that's Ketamena, we're just going to stand up here, put Tollgate, and then I'll say a few about Tollgate, and then we go on the Ridge, which got renamed to Peter Mukaba. We are at this level now of the road. Okay. It can't be full. I need to check something. It can't be. That's the toll gate. Okay. And then when you're coming up from King Dinuzulu, which was called Berea Road. So Tollgate is this. What is the history about the Tollgate? Okay, you see, there used to be waterworks and everything for this space, which is no longer being looked after. We can't see what the writing is there. There's writing there to commemorate the history of Tollgate. So this is the Tollgate. In all my life, I've never walked here. This is Tollgate. All right. So that's Tollgate. It goes up. We're gonna go up that side. That's the route to UKZN. And then obviously it was dangerous here, which is why they put those security guards there. So it's on the ridge all the way. We're not going this direction. I'm just showing you something. And then that's Ketomena, Mayville, and all of them that side. Mauya, Johannesburg. That's you going out. That's the entry. We are up there. Now, that's where we're staying. Basically, that's the story. So we end our King Dinuzulu or Berea Road video here. And now we're gonna go to UKZN. Thank you.